If your locks ain't right and your twist is on limp, you know. Get over to Keisha Studio. Specialized in locks, natural hair, and extensions. When your hair needs that special attention, make Keisha Studios your next decision. Located 3964 Goodman Road E, Suite 122 in South Haven, Mississippi. Call 901-650-9487 for your appointment at Keisha Studios. You know.
I am Pam Ghostin, owner and creator of Candle Dessert Lounge, Mississippi's finest dessert and drink candles that are hand poured right here in DeSoto County. Our motto is dessert and drinks, 0 calories. We strive to create a vivid imagination of the delicious gourmet desserts and tropical drinks by offering a sweet and zesty vibe with an experience that ignites both your taste buds and sense of creativity. We also do candle making parties, whether it's for a private party, birthdays, anniversary, bachelor or bachelorette parties, business team building. We can do a party for any occasion. For more information, call 662-460-5035. Also, check out our website at candledessertlounge.bigcartel.com. If you're looking for those one-of-a-kind gifts, our candles are perfect for you.
Hello everyone, this is Melissa Shumpert with Malipi Fashion. Come out to our store location at 850 North Gloucester Street, Suite 3, Tupelo, Mississippi. We are here to pack your orders and see those smiling faces. And as always, you can shop online at malipifashion.com.
Tune in to the MacMan Morning Show.
Hold up. Man, this is one of the hottest talk radio shows this side of the Mississippi. We're talking about the MacMan Morning Show, Mondays through Friday from 9 a.m. to 10:20 a.m. Man, get you some on WKRA 92.7 FM. Man, beat me there. Don't meet me there.
And it's 5 minutes after the hour of 9 o'clock, 5 minutes after the hour of 9 o'clock in the Central Time Zone. If you had to be there at 9, you know you're running a little late. So just be careful out there. The roads are slick in the south and in the greater Shelby County, Memphis area. Be careful of the roads. There were some fender benders that we heard about. You all be careful driving. Let me say good morning and let me say grand rising and good morning to each and every one of you. This is the MacMan Morning Show each and every weekday morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. That's 10 o'clock on the East Coast right here on Mac Media 3 Productions. We'd like to welcome all of our brand new listeners to our to the MacMan family. We're expanding. We'd like to say good morning to all of our listeners on Hot Talk Radio, International Radio, and television. We're getting ready to do wonderful things with our network to expand, and we're just grateful for all that's happening for us. Slowly but surely, things are going to work out. I'd like to say good morning, grand rising to Deacon Alvin Moore. and his wonderful caregivers, his wonderful son and daughter, that's Apostle Anthony Reed and Miss Sharon Reed. We'd like to say good morning to all of you, to Diane Black, and to her wonderful father, to Candle Dessert Lounge, and to all of you all that are here, to Jessica Starks, and to all of you that have that are listening on this morning. Grand Rising to all of you. Brother Lee Mack should be here uh, quite shortly, but I'm glad that we have this opportunity. The midweek review, it's a lot that's happening. Excuse me, a lot that's happening in our region, in our country, as we speak. Let me say this before I get into that. The commentary that I'm making, hopefully, it'll get you to see about the opportunities that are awaiting us if we really look at what's going on. Now, I know it's disastrous. I know that that man up there is nuts. I know it. We know it. We all know it. So it ain't no secret. Uh, they're just playing around with time, which is very, very, very unhealthy for us as a nation because it leaves us vulnerable to our traditional enemies like Russia and China and those folks that are sitting back laughing at us as a nation. But it'll be okay. Uh, and you say, why is it going to be okay? And I'm just going to say, and this is my little piece, I want to say, my commentary, not really a commentary, but just a little something we're just going to talk for a little bit. Because in our midweek review, we find out, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, that the diversion and the distraction that's been going on in front of our eyes, the things that they want you to know and the things that they are praying that you never find out. hmm Those types of things. And Grand Rising, good morning to all of you. Good morning. Good morning. You say independent media. There are a lot of people, that's what they say. They say independent media, you don't have a boss, you don't have anything like that. I think that independent media, it just simply stands that you'll get, hopefully, if the person does his homework, male or female, you just have the freedom to really, really you have the freedom to express yourself. Now, unlike in the past, in the civil rights movement, during slavery, the reconstruction of the nation, people of color, and I'm just going to say this, people of color did not have an opportunity that we have right now. Huh? We can work in every industry. Your educational background and your experience, it does count around the world, and even though the playing field is not equal, we made it equal. We had to. From Dr. George Washington Carver to the greatest navigators that navigate through the seas, and the mathematical geniuses that put together the Sphinx and the pyramids over in Egypt. Somebody had some sense that looked like me. Now you say, Brother Mac, don't go there and all that other stuff and this and that and the other. I'm tired of making an excuse for one, who I am. I can't change it. It ain't gonna wash off. I ain't gonna bleed. It can't, I'm me. I'm who I am. So that's a given. Got nothing to do with my ultimate or superiority over people. I am who I am. God made me who I am. I'm confident in who I am. Yes, I said that. Because sometimes your confidence can get hit when you do, and it really can. Because we can listen to everything that's going on round about us. We can understand that the government is crazy. But you know something? when I say survival mode, when we're in survival mode, and they say, well, why did you say survival mode, Mr. Mack? Because we have to lean and depend on what we really know and what really is inside of us. How did we make it through slavery? How did we make it? How did our foreparents make it through some of the most horrific situations in life? And I'm not just going to talk about uh, the horrifics of the times that they drug our ancestors. No, but don't forget about it. Hmm. Don't forget about it. Don't forget about it. We got to remember this, that, hey, listen, and people, they get disturbed, but then it has never been an equal playing field. We know that already. So therefore, we have nothing to get worried about. I said this and I'll say it again, that orange man that's in that White House is the best thing that could happen to black people. And let me tell you why I said that. His antics and the things that he does has created an atmosphere where we will be recognized for the people that who we are. And I'm talking about, I mean, because we're some of the most discriminated against. And now greatness is coming. The greatness is coming. You can't hold back the greatness of a people. You can't hold that back. As much as we strive, as much as the regulations are there, we still meet the challenge. Think about sports. They didn't want, even though there was the Negro League, they still didn't want people like me to play Major League Baseball or football or basketball or any of them balls or even hockey. I didn't know we had Canadians that looked like me played hockey. I didn't know. It was years before I knew. Excuse me. The weather. Excuse me. So our history, our lineage, our foresight, the smart. I mean, we're brilliant and intelligent people. Why not acknowledge that we're brilliant and we're intelligent people? We're a brilliant and intelligent people that will help all that we will even help those. We will even help those. Good morning, Pam G. God bless you. Good morning, all of everybody. We got such now in saying that we got all of that, and in saying that we got the opportunity to do what we do, and I'm saying this to myself also. Maybe I don't want to even say it like that. There's no more being a victim, as they say. We have the opportunity now in this climate, in the business climate, in all the things that we do, to not just excel, but to own a piece of it. And not just a piece of it, but to own it. Hmm. Not to just make a community of people that just look like us or whatever, but we can compete in the marketplace. People are saying that there's nothing for us. There are no more janitor jobs. There's no more manual labor. You're going to have to learn robotics. You're going to have to do all of these things. And I believe that technology, we're going to have to compete in some things. But do you see how the middle has been cut out of manufacturing? There are very few jobs that were even created in the last year since January up and now. There have been there's losses, but that has not stopped black people. Because my people in despair, the Christmas tree ain't gonna look too good, and the bills are getting high. People are putting their stress and their strain on folks. People are going through things, pulling their hair out, sickness in the family, and trying to do what you have to do, keep up with the kids, the grandkids, the daughter going. Something's going on in people's houses. My folks is under stress, but we always made it. Survival mode. See, when you're in survival mode, see, I'm talking to myself too, something about this here, and because you're going to go up against the challenges
of life, even late along. I never believed that I would be on the air anywhere at the age that I am now. I didn't believe. I had no idea that God, long time ago, said, take what I gave to you and use it. Because I was blind to the fact, and I wasted enough time that I thought that God had no use for me under any circumstances. Great opportunities have come my way. I've met some of the most extraordinary people in this country and that I've ever meet. God got some more folks I'm gonna meet and things. I'm not saying I'm going anywhere. This ain't no obituary or nothing. But you know what I'm saying? You know, you got to look at your own life. You got to look at where God has brought you, where He has brought me. That's why I say every day I will acknowledge Him on any broadcast that I'm on. That's why the scripture is read every day because we need something to lead and to guide us. I'm not preaching, but I got to tell you what I got to tell you. This opportunity that we live in right now, folks, if we are smart, we'll be able as a people to get back some of the thing and some of what, and I say some, not everything, but I say some because who gonna ever live? I mean, listen and understand whoever will receive it. We always looking for something to receive. Receive these smarts. Stay out of the Jordan store. Just give them one quarter. They say every 3 months they come out with a brand new pack. That man is making money. If it's nothing but his name, whoever make him, because somebody found some money from somewhere. Somebody, I'm not knocking you. You go to work, you ought to go and get what you want or whatever. But then, you know, I'm thinking on another playing field. That's why we have people that are going to come in that are going to help us to arrange and get our balance in life. We need people that are going to steer us in the right way. We got an opportunity to really get it right as a community of people to be able to even the playing field a little bit. It's 19 minutes after the hour of 9 o'clock. We're going to just take a break real quick. This is the MacMan Morning Show. Each and every weekday morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. That is 10 o'clock on the East Coast, right here on Mac Media 3, Mac Media 3 Productions. Hey, good morning to everybody at Hot Dog Radio. We like to say good morning, Grand Rise, and to all of you, our WKRA 92.7 on our FM dial to DW and them down there in Holly Springs around there. Hey, good morning to everybody. If I see you, I'm on a shout out to you. We'll be right back, y'all, after these messages.
Hello, everyone. This is Melissa Shumpert with Malipi Fashion. Come out to our store location at 850 North Gloucester Street, Suite 3, Tupelo, Mississippi. We are here to pack your orders and see those smiling faces. And as always, you can shop online at malipifashion.com.
I am Pam Ghostin, owner and creator of Candle Dessert Lounge, Mississippi's finest dessert and drink candles that are hand poured right here in DeSoto County. Our motto is dessert and drinks, 0 calories. We strive to create a vivid imagination of the delicious gourmet desserts and tropical drinks by offering a sweet and zesty vibe with an experience that ignites both your taste buds and sense of creativity. We also do candle making parties, whether it's for a private party, birthdays, anniversary, bachelor or bachelorette parties, business team building. We can do a party for any occasion. For more information, call 662-460-5035. Also, check out our website at candledessertlounge.bigcartel.com. If you're looking for those one-of-a-kind gifts, our candles are perfect for you.
right, we're back on the MacMan Morning Show. Grand Rising, great day to each and every one of you that are here. We're grateful to be able to be here each and every weekday morning. Thank you for starting off your part of your day with you. A lot of folks get up early and everything, but I just appreciate everybody that's here. And I said what I said about what um, how, as we look at the week and as we listen to what has happened, you know something. I mean, and people, and I'm serious about this. People are not feeling. You're not feeling it, and it just seems like to me sometimes. I don't know whether it is the survival mode that we're in, but we as a people, and we, my folk, we taking a hit. We got an opportunity, people, to really, really put things in place where we will really benefit to help each other. See, each one reach one. I'll never forget it. It's that each one reach one. Everybody tell somebody. Each one reach one. And everybody tell somebody how to get it and how to make in this time. And there's so many dynamics. It's so different from when I was growing up. One thing we used to see the insurance man. Mhm. With his big book used to come once a month. And one thing my mother did is make sure she paid that insurance. I don't know whether it was $1 or something. And we all had a little policy or whatever the case may be, because she knew something she never knew. I mean, when you got children and family and you're trying to do what you have to do, and it making it's just harder and harder to go to the hospital and take care of things. And people really think that we just made out of, I mean, how do we make it? Whether we're in the private sector or whether we're just doing whatever we do, we're working for the public, whether you're at the post office, whether you're at the drivers, the DMV, or wherever you are, people are feeling the effects. Does anybody care about what our plight is here? And I just say, and what I said, and when I say it, I'm not going to repeat what I said earlier. I hated to say it, but then we're in a position now, folks, that that just mesmerizes me to a point where I said, now where are we going with this? Is it our problem about the immigration situation, that Hispanics have come over here and they benefited more? Everybody has benefited more than my community, than the black community. I'm not making no excuses. Not in the prejudice, white, black type of thing. I hate folks type of a thing. But then I'm talking about opportunities. And then when we break through these industries and when we break through these professions that we're in, little less than credit is given unto the people that do the work. Even in the military, there's a general. I don't have permission to mention the admiral, a 4-star admiral, top admiral in the United States Navy, enlisted everything, did everything, and climbed to the top and had bootstraps to do it because he persevered and did what he had to do. Man looked just like me. A military expert refused to take an illegal order, and they got rid of this man. This man was a 4-star admiral. He recognized and observed that this is not going to work out right, us messing with these people. This is commentary. I am James Mack. That's what I do here on this show. News and information and inspiration. I throw a little music in every now and then and a joke or two. But at this period of time, at this midweek, we're getting ready to cross over into a brand new year. And I had to sit back and I had to understand. I said, now what is it going to take for Mac Media 3 or whatever we're doing and to be able not just to be doing it, but to be able to be competitive in the market? I'm not saying that I'm jealous of somebody competitive, but meaning that I have a fair opportunity and shot at any media work that I'm qualified to do. Everybody's out there. You got people that are podcasters and think I'm not insulting to you. I'm just saying that we all have our professions. And I think that if you're a nurse, you ought to say you're RN, you're a nurse. If you're a doctor, you're MD, JD is the lawyer, and so forth, PhDs in academia and
so forth and so on. So, they call folks doctors and things. You ain't got to call me anything. But then again, I'm proud of my profession of broadcast because I knew the nucleus of we're the pioneers of where the podcasters are now. And I now have, because of the experiences and the people that I've met and the people that have poured into me to do what I do, it gives me an opportunity to present Mac Media 3. So therefore, I want to be in a position that the media work, even of now, that I have an opportunity to do that work and to keep my brand at it. One thing that Vice President Kamala Harris, who's coming to coming to the South, and she's coming to Jackson. We're somehow, some way, the Mac Man Morning Show and Mac Media 3 Productions is gonna get a piece of this appearance to see what's going on and seeing what's happening and bringing this person here to encourage and to lift right at the time that we need. Don't you know that they've been talking about the South, Alabama, Mississippi, Tennessee, Arkansas? They even going as far as south as Texas. They're talking and they're trying to put the bad mouth on why are they always messing with the black woman? That's a question I'd like to ask, ladies and gentlemen. It wasn't going that way. I just really want to know. I understand and I realize as a black man that the sister really has gone, and some of it is due to a lot of the brainwashing and the influence of bad influences that they gave upon us as black men. Mm-hmm. You're hearing about this sisters are under threat and all kinds of stuff because you know why right is coming. Let me say this. There's an opportunity for us, folks. I'm gonna take this down. It ain't just about politics or nothing, but I'm just simply saying we have an opportunity to help our country and to help ourselves and to help our country too. It's our country. We here. We claim it. No matter what's going on, what's happening, ain't nobody going. I ain't going back to some place I don't know nothing about. I'm born right here in the United States. State of Illinois, state of Chicago, Mount Sinai Hospital. My mama couldn't get to the county, so she got to Mount Sinai was the closest place. Significant. So I'm born here. Now they're trying to take away. Check this out. And this is why you need to understand when we say the midweek review. They're trying to go to the Supreme Court and say that if you have foreign parents, you can be deported. You could be born here, but if your parents are either one or the other, one or both, are foreigners, you can be deported. Now, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, now you know these folks that this Project 2025, we still here. The disaster is almost over. The disaster is almost over because we getting ready to go to work and make sure that he goes and everything. But let me tell you this plan that they got out there, and it's backfiring. It is backfiring. He forgets that when he gets out of office that he can't be pardoned by states. States are not going to pardon him, so he going to serve some time. That y'all should have locked him up the first time, but then they got spooked because he can't run. I wouldn't care. He can't run for dog catcher no more. And his folks neither. There have been crimes that have been made. This man say he wants to be tough on crime and pulling people out of cars and kids out of daycare centers and everything and trying to starve people and do everything and don't know whether he's in the world or not. But folks, like I said, now that's all of that. Now, what are we going to do? Are we going to sit at our own board table in our own boardrooms and plan and strategically do the things that we need to do as a community, not to make the same mistakes as our elders had made by giving in probably too soon? But what I'm saying, and it's no secret, to get together and support each other. You need some insurance. We need some of this land around the country. We need to know how to really this financial system. I'm not trying to say get with it, but that there are pieces of it that won't harm us somehow, folks. I just don't believe that we're left here and that we're left here with nothing. Somebody said something, and I'm going to go to another break right quick. It is 32 minutes after the hour of 9 o'clock. And they said to me, they said, that my mama was poor, my folks was poor, and she died, and these folks died. And it just seemed like my folks ain't have $10,000 in the bank or whatever the case may be. And I said, well, and it ain't about the money. And it's just about the despair that people have gotten now that our worth is what's material. We need money. We need commerce. But are we going to leave another generation that's going to be left not being prepared? So we need to prepare. Listen, I'm going to hush up about that. This is the McMahon Morning Show. It's right now. It is 9:33. We're just going to come back. Brother Lee should be around soon, unless he has something that he has to do today. I hadn't notified him. That was my bad. Good morning to all of you. I got some announcements too that I got to make. We'll be right back on the McMahon Morning Show. We'll be right back.
If your locks ain't right and your twist is on limp, you know. Get over to Keisha Studio. Specialized in locks, natural hair, and extensions. When your hair needs that special attention, make Keisha Studios your next decision. Located 3964 Goodman Road E, Suite 122 in South Haven, Mississippi. Call 901-650-9487 for your appointment at Keisha Studios. You know.
Hello everyone, this is Melissa Shumpert with Malipi Fashion. Come out to our store location at 850 North Gloucester Street, Suite 3, Tupelo, Mississippi. We are here to pack your orders and see those smiling faces. And as always, you can shop online at malipifashion.com.
Tune in to the McMahon Morning Show.
Hold up. Man, this is one of the hottest talk radio shows this side of the Mississippi. We're talking about the McMahon Morning Show, Mondays through Friday from 9 a.m. to 10:20 a.m. Man, get you some on WKRA 92.7 FM. Man, beat me there. Don't meet me there.
And we're back on the McMahon Morning Show. Grand rising to all of you. Please let me make this very special announcement. The Favor Foundation, headquartered in Horn Lake, Mississippi, is getting ready to have its 4th annual Christmas Senior Gift Giveaway. Each and every year for the last 4 years, State Representative Hester Jackson McCray got together with various others to take seniors gifts during the holiday season, remembering those that might not have a whole lot of family or the family is not able to get to them and put a smile on their face. They need some help. They need some assistance. And you can call and you can contact them at the bottom of the screen. You can also give towards this opportunity. The seniors look forward to it. There's some wonderful pictures that I'm going to show you of those past celebrations, and we'll also continue to support and contribute to the Favor Foundation. Also, there are several people. We're getting ready. We're grateful to Hot Talk Radio and Television Network International for giving us an opportunity to be a part of that distribution center. It will give us an opportunity with our other partners and other platforms that will be unified together to bring wonderful, crisp broadcasts to others in other parts. So when you tell your folks everywhere, you can get me on Hot Talk Radio and television, and they'll know that's all they got to go to, and we'll have more information about that. That's a great opportunity for us because it expands now our reach to every household in the country without having to have to scramble for things. I'm grateful for the broadcast networks, and the broadcast networks are very, very important. WKRA, WRFU, and you take those that are with you. You never forget where you come from.
And I'm just grateful to all of you. Miss Wilson, good morning to you. It's Grand Rising. And I and we we as a people, like I said, even when you're getting opportunities like this, Mr. Roland Martin said to me when I was at the Democratic convention, and I was talking to the brother, and I said to him, I said, he said to me, brother, he says, use what you have. And he said, man, the opportunities that are there, you got to take advantage of them. Brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, the door is open, and I'm going to admit something. I was scared to go. It gets things are happening to a point you say, man, it is really working. Have you ever thought about that? It's really working. Man, I put my hands to so many things, and I have great opportunities, and they fall apart. They fell apart. A whole lot of them, they fell apart. And I had to, and it shocked me that at my age, and the opportunity to open up to go on the airways, and I said to God, how am I going to make a living on this? He said, I'm going to make a way for you. Now, mind you, you can't go, no offense, thank you, God. Folks ain't trying to hear you going to make it. People you live with ain't trying to, or what have you, ain't trying. I'm talking about in general, ain't trying to take it, ain't trying to hear all of that. No vision, no dream, no aspiration of nothing, brother. You got to pay these bills. Have I failed? Yeah. Have I not stepped up? Yeah. Could I have done some things different? Yeah. Did I have to say what I said? No. Did I have to go where I was? No, I should stay where I was. So the decisions that I made, even though I'm me and God all right, and even as you apologize and some people will never forgive you. Parents, uncles, cousins, relatives, all of us. But some folks don't like us. That's in our family. That's all right. I think it's a few of them. I don't know, but what have you. We live in a society where they tell us to tear each other down, and I struggle with that. I struggle with that. I struggle with that because it seemed like when the door open, here come a billy club, something hit you upside the head. But every day for 2 years, Brother Lee and I get up on the air. I have to get the stories together. I got to make sure that the information is right. I got to make sure that the things are right because I say, yeah, I'll do this. And let me tell you something, things are happening well. Brother Lee Mack has just gotten here, and I'm going to bring him up. So and no matter what goes on, we can make it. Trade school. It's time to get some, because there's going to be some things that have to be done. Hopefully, once things get in order, they know that they can't go commerce wise with what's going on in this country. They can't go, and people they see what's going on and what's happening. But it's our opportunity. It's our opportunity to get something to help one another, to not be beggars. Somebody told me something, and sometimes your advice comes from it hurts. Sometimes it feel like somebody jugging you in the back, really, or whatever the case may be. But sometimes in the anger, sometimes the truth come out, and the truth came out, and the person told me, "Stop begging." What? I'm out here, and there, people they put their stuff. Stop begging. I said, hold up a second. You know too much. You got too much going on. You say God told you to do what you not. This is somebody that you least suspect sometime. And say you're gonna do it, then do it then. Okay, let's see. You say don't beg then. If God told you to do what you're doing, you ain't got to beg. God gonna make a way for you. Do you believe the stuff that's coming out your own mouth? Man, holy Toledo. And it was true. No matter how it came. Do I believe enough that Mag Media 3 Media Corporation, Media Company, LLC, is going to make it in the field that we are and to bring awareness and information and inspiration like none other can? I'm just one person. There's a flavor for everybody. Can you do this? Be dedicated and broaden the horizons to a point where you know that things are going to be well. And I said yes, and I had to go to work every day for 2 years. I've gotten up every day and still going. No complaints and still going. It ain't gonna be hard. Get it together. The things that have to get together, we can get them together. We got everything in us and greatness. I'm not gonna give up. I can't. I done put my hand, it's working. It's working and I'm gonna give up. It's working. And I'm gonna turn my back on the blessing. He said, here it is. What you gonna do with it? Brother Lee Mack is here. Let me shut my mouth. Brother Lee Mack is here. Brother Lee Mack, I'll just wait a minute. Hold on a second. Let me bring up my brother. Brother Lee Mack is here. And Grand Rising, great day, new beginnings to you, sir.
Great day, everyone.
All right, all right. Listen, I came, Brother Lee, this morning, and I just, as we kind of review during the we come midweek. I think that midweek is kind of soon, but I didn't come talking about the Orange Man or anything or what he's doing. I ain't got time for that. But Brother Lee, I was just simply saying, or could I be wrong in my statement when I said that the Orange Man to our community of people is a good thing because we got an opportunity to retrieve some of those things, the property, whatever the case may be, we got an opportunity and a chance to do some things and to get somewhere. It seems like it. That's what if I'm saying it the right way. Listen, Brother Lee Mack, right now our co-host. I'm starting out with that now, Lee, and you go ahead as much time as you consume on that, and we'll go to something else. Go ahead, Brother Lee.
Well, I think the opportunity for us to change is always there. We can decide every day who we want to be, how we want to feel about things, and what we want to do. And we're not in a place where we don't have hope. We're not in a place where there's no uh, expectations that we cannot reach. And the thing is, I heard you mention trade school. And let me say that that's one avenue that we can go down. Do the math, people. Do the math. And I have lived that life and I have done that. And I'm talking about trade schools. Um, Now, this is a fact. And I have to say it again. I find myself saying it again. Look that up. Is that trade schools you can go okay you can put trade schools on one side and collegiate and college and university academics on the other side and they're both on the same sides. It's about learning, it's about elevating yourself, it's about getting opportunities, careers. And I'm not going to say one career is better than the other, but I can put it up alongside each other and let you make a decision. I can say it and it does and it is better but I'll let you decide. Now, here's the thing. Uh, you can take a collegiate career that you go to a university for 4 years, or you can go to a junior college for 2 years, and you can get these degrees, which a degree it doesn't mean anything. It only means something to the person who you're presenting that career to. They look at it and say that they respect that career that you went down. You got some like being a physician, a doctor, uh, is a very important career. and you can only get that in a university, a college. Um, Very needed. Always will be needed. Seems like, as far as I can see into the future, I see a doctor's always being needed. Um, Architects are needed. Engineers are needed. Uh, those careers are needed. Um, but let me tell you something. You can go to college for 4 years, spend thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars to educate yourself and come out with a degree that you can't get a job or a career in. You couldn't feed your family with that 4 year degree or that 6 year degree that you got. Let's say, let me pick a career, political science. I guarantee you can't feed your family with that nowadays. It's very hard. The odds are against you, very much against you. It's less than 10% you can get a job in that field of political science. And I'm gonna tell you, uh, those fine arts degrees. People say, "What you got a degree in fine arts?" Well, try to transfer that into a job, a position where you can feed your family. You can't. So, and I would say this to the people that are in college, in these universities, that information that you get is outdated. The books that you're reading are 50 to 100 years old. So that information is way outdated. It won't serve you to the times that you're dealing with today. Those are facts. Those books that you read, they were published originally 50 years ago, most of them. And why would you deal? It's like reading a newspaper about something that happened 150 years ago, 50 years ago, and you're trying to find out how it equates to what's going on today. It doesn't. And I would say something about trade schools. I'll give you an example. You can take a person that has a college degree. They're coming out of college. You're not gonna make what I can make coming out of trade school. You can't do it. I can go to a trade school. Let's take an example here. I can go to a trucking school. Now, the course in the trucking school is 4 to 6 weeks, maybe 8 weeks. I'd say, but I'd say the normal amount of time is 4 to 6 weeks, and you can go in and not know how to drive a car. Because when I went to trade school and trucking school, I went to trucking school. I could not drive a stick, what that would call manual transmission. I could not drive it. I went into trucking school and I didn't know one end of the truck from the other, barely knew. And it was like climbing on the back, and I know young people can relate to this, some of this. It's like seeing Transformers, the movie, that robot movie. It's like climbing into a robot, a transformer. It's so big. It's huge. It just consumes you when you get inside. You say, how can I possibly learn how to drive and maneuver this big behemoth of a vehicle by myself? And they teach you how to do it, and you get the confidence to do it. Because when I first climbed into a tractor, a tractor truck, yeah, a big old tractor truck, and I'm gonna tell you something, an 18-wheeler with a trailer on the back. And then I'm gonna tell you something. My second day there in that school, they put us in the truck, and they hooked the trailer on the back, and I barely knew how to even shift the gears in that truck, and they put us on the road. And I said to my instructor, I'm gonna
They
kill
put
everybody.
y'all on the road. Lord have
I
mercy.
told my instructor, I'm gonna kill everybody out here. I said, man, this is dangerous. He said, I won't let you hurt nobody. I won't let you hurt anybody. I said, man, I was terrified. But when it was four of us students in that truck, and He asked, "Who wants to go first?" And I put my hand up, not because I was the bravest, because maybe I wanted to be the first one to get out of the truck. I know if I was the first one in, I'd be the first one out of the seat. So I got in that driver's seat, and it felt like I was in an electric chair, if I've ever was experienced that feeling, because you sit in that truck, you put that seatbelt on, and he tells you to start it up and get going, and you start moving. You got that trailer on the back. You got to watch the back of the trailer, what's going on in the front, the side, and everything. And you got to know what gear you're in at the time, and look down the road and look on the side to see if any cars are around you and back of you, everything. You're practically losing your mind, but you don't think that you could ever learn how to operate this vehicle. But let me tell you, you do. You know, they teach you because you're well trained. By the time you get through that course, you're well trained. You not only have to know how to drive the truck, you have to know the mechanics of the truck. You know more about a truck just as much as almost as much as a mechanic who actually repairs the truck. You got to know how everything works on that truck. You got to know about the wheels, the engine, the transmission, the gears, there's so many, and know what it does when you turn the wheel, and you put your foot on the brake and everything on everything, and on the clutch and everything. So it's a lot you learn in a short period of time. It's like you cramming 4 years into 6 weeks, and it's really very hard. But let me tell you, when you get up out of there and you get your degree, your certificate, as they call it, they can call it whatever they want. I call it a master's degree in driving a truck, a doctorate in how to get down the road. And I'm gonna tell you something: you can go from working in McDonald's and getting in that truck and coming out of there with a degree and making $100,000. You well on your way when you step out of that truck, and I guarantee you, if you work them hours and put that time in, you can make six figures in the first year. When you finish with that first year, you probably somewhere around six figures. You had 80, I'd say 70 to $100,000 that first year. You can't tell me you can do that. You can do that coming out of college. You can't, and you don't have any school loans and no loans you got to pay back to no one. Um, that's amazing. And I'm gonna tell you something. That's something about
Because
trade.
that student loan debt, Lee, and we'll talk about that too. But you mentioned that I was going to say something about that student loan debt that comes along with those, and not knocking the colleges and university, but we'll talk about that. But continue.
And I'm gonna tell you something. Colleges and universities are more money makers for themselves than they are anything. They're not about education. They're about making money. They're not about turning out people with careers. They're more turning out trying to flush your parents and for you to be in debt for 30, 40 years. The Obamas, President Obama and his wife just got out of debt from being in student loans. I mean, they were in student loans until they hit their 40s. So that'll tell you something. They was in student loan debt for 20 years. So you compare this to trade school, and I went to another trade school. I went to welding trade school, and that lasted about a year. And let me tell you something. I'm well experienced in trade schools, and let me tell you something. With this automation about AI intelligence, and I'm gonna tell you something. Look at it like this. There's not any trade schools will keep you employed long after you working for these corporations, these loans, these banks and these finances place. They're gonna have computers that do all that work. But believe me, you're gonna be the one driving that truck or welding or any one of those trades or pipe fitters or crane operators and all those jobs that needs to be done. you know, HVAC people who does heating and cooling. All of those jobs pay hundreds of thousands of dollars. You can start your own business in these jobs. You can't do that coming out of college. Nobody wants to hire you for anything. They want to hire you in the mail room. They want to hire you, and you can't pay off that loan for 30, 40 years. But you go to trade school, you in and you out, and you working, and you making good money. You got you a house, a home, a family, taking care of everybody. They living okay. They eating pretty good. They got a life, and they can start their own business as soon as they get out of trade school. Can you do that coming out of college? No, you can't. And you're in there for 4 years doing what? Taking general courses the first 2 years, which has nothing to do with your degree, which has nothing to do with what you want to do when you get out. So they taking your money for 2 years in that university just for nothing. And then by the time you get to the third year, that's when you really get started on your career knowledge about what you want to do. And then here's the thing: when you're 18 years old and you're picking the college, how is somebody with no experience about life going to pick out what they want to do for the rest of their life? That don't make no sense. So
Well,
you don't.
do you think that, Brother Lee, do you think that, and I know I'm gonna play advocate for a little while, and there was a question that was thrown at you, and it was saying that, in a sense, can we make it in this economy? What can we do in this economy to get prepared? In so many words, that's what I see.
I'm gonna
Uh,
tell you. Listen,
yeah,
if
yeah,
we
well,
want
just
to know
yeah,
about how to make it now, look at about how we were making it at the turn of the century, how we were making it back in the 1900s, how we were making it in the 1800s when we were so-called set free. They were wondering how we gonna make it when we had no skill set. We wasn't allowed to read or write. And that's the time, that was the worst time in this American history for black folks. Is we just before we was set free, so called, we were told that it was against the law to read and write. We were put to death if we were reading and writing. So to be set so called free during that time, and that was the time of our life where we were least prepared for this so-called USA. So that's the thing. When they did, you know what we did? We figured it out. We figured out how we could survive when we were isolated and told that we couldn't live among the Caucasians. We had start our own towns and cities by ourselves. And how were we going to make it? Well, we started our own economy. See, that's the thing. You want to know how to make it now. Look at how our great grandparents were making it then. They started their own economy. They bought things from each other. See, we kept each other in business. See, our towns were more prosperous than the Caucasian towns. Check your history. Look it up. We were making more money among each other than they were among themselves. They were buying products from us. We were doing a lot of business with them and among us. So the thing is, you want to look at how we can make it today. Look at how we were making it 100 years ago. Look at how we were making it 150 years ago. We were making it very well because we were isolated and didn't have a choice. So we depended on each other. You know what? Some of our problems were now is because we wanted to integrate. We wanted to sit at their lunch counters. I'm gonna tell you something. Why we want to sit and eat next to the devil? Why we want to sit and eat next to somebody that don't want you next to them? We fighting so we can eat next to you. That sounds insane to me. We fighting so we can go to school with you. No, no. We should have been fighting to have what you have, not eat next to you, not to learn next to you. We wanted the same materials. We wanted the same uh, things that you have. We wanted those same things that were supplied to you. We wanted those same things. We went about it the wrong way. We thought that if we could live among you, we could have what you have. No, we just wanted to have the things that you were having, the things that were given to you by these United States. We wanted the same things that were held back from us. See, that's the thing. We're talking about integration. We don't want to see. That's the thing. We shouldn't have never wanted to live next to you. We just wanted to have what you had, because what you were granted by the government, the right to live wherever you want, the right to have those grants and loans that the white folks were getting. We wanted those things. We went about it the wrong way. We said we wanted integration. We wanted to go to the same movie theaters as you. No, we should have wanted the same movie theater, the same kind of movie theater, not to shop next week. We don't need to shop at the places you shop. We need the same quality of shops that you have. See, we got it wrong when we did integration. We shouldn't integrate. We don't need to live where you live. We need to have what you have. We need the same rights that you have. See, that's the thing, the same rights that the white folks have. See, that's the thing. Our so-called leaders went about it the wrong way. See, integration. We wanted to drink at the same water fountains. No, we want the same kind of water fountains you got. We don't want to drink where you drink. We wanted to have the same nice water fountains you have, the same nice bathrooms you have. See, that's the thing. We wanted, yes, I would agree, separate but equal. I mean, we could be able to have better things. See, that's the thing. We went about it the wrong way. Integration was the wrong way to go, to have what, to be able to sit at your counters. Why would I want to eat next to you when you don't want me to sit next to you eat? I just want a restaurant just as nice as you got.
So wait,
I
let me ask you this. Wait, let me ask you this then. Hold on, Lee. Let me ask you this real quick. Now, I get what you're saying because wait a minute, I'm supposed to be doing this here. Okay. Um, what about our friends? And I got acquaintances and different things. And does that mean that we're not supposed to be talking to folks or whatever the case may be, or we just have our folks around us help us out a little bit? Can we still
Oh, no, no, no,
commingle?
no.
Would be help me out a little bit. Help me out.
Communication is a beautiful thing. I'm not saying that we should segregate ourselves from other races, other people that call themselves other races. No, we should be able to communicate and teach them. We shouldn't isolate ourselves from them. That's what Donald Trump's talking about. He's talking about getting rid of all the colored people, the people of color, and isolating them and keeping the Caucasians and having a place for themselves. But see, the thing is, Caucasians through history has went to countries of color and has taken over. Those countries of color have been minding their own business until the Caucasians showed up. They wanted to be among us instead of we wanted to be among them. And that's the problem. See, that's part of the thing, is that I'm not saying that we shouldn't communicate with people that don't look like us. We should communicate. We should allow them to hear things that they don't want to hear or they don't understand, so maybe they can learn. We can't give up on them because they're not going nowhere. This world is, you can't leave it. You got to stay here. So let's teach them and change them. And that's why we change the thoughts and ideas of Caucasians, is by exposing them to those people that are like us, are around them, and let them get rid of those stereotypes, those stereotypes that they believe to be true, because all those Caucasians want to believe that they're superior. But you know what? That's why I tell you, the thing is that we're going about it the wrong way, is that we're saying that we want what you have, that you know what, we deserve to have more than what they have. See, we're going about it the wrong way. See, we deserve to have more than what they have. See, because we paid with our lives over hundreds of years, and we saying we all we want is what you got. No, all we want is more than what you have, because we've been held back from getting the things that we should have gotten before. We're asking for the wrong thing. We want an equal share. No, we want more. We want our part, and it's not equal because it's been unequal for so long that we have to do some catch up, some makeup. And they talking about, well, we want more than what we deserve. No, we want everything that we deserve, and we deserve more than what they have now. You know what? I'm gonna tell you something. In order for them to make up for what they've done to us, they got to give us everything they have. Everything they have. In order for them to make up what they have stolen from us, what withheld from
You
us
say everything. Give it up.
everything they have because they've had it for over 400 years. So, what do you think for somebody who has stolen something from you for 400 years? What do you think payback is? Everything that you got. And you've taken lives, you've taken our lives. And I'm gonna tell you something, people over this radio station. I'm gonna tell you like this. When people say picnic, you know the word picnic. You know, I'm gonna tell you something. That's short for pick a nigga. They used to pick a Negro back in the day. He could be walking down the street. They'll snatch him off the street, and they would tie him up and they hang him on a tree. And they would white folks would get together and get some food together and go and drag that brother, hang him from that tree. And they used to have a nice dinner,
Picnic.
a nice
Call it.
barbecue. They used to have a nice barbecue. They called
Come to the
picnic.
hanging.
It's
Yeah.
called pick a nigga. And they would tear off piece. They would set that brother on fire while he's alive, or that
Oh,
sister
gee.
on fire. And they would cook him, and then they would take pieces of him for souvenirs. This is what white folks used to do, and the police used to stand around and look at it. So you want to know your history. That's why they don't want you to know your history. That's why they don't want you to. It's not your history. It's not my history. It's world history. And see, and that's the thing. Somebody can brainwash you very easily. See, that's what people say. I'm going to a picnic. No, you're going to pick a nigga. And that's where that word comes from. So we have to
So,
understand.
brother, wait a minute, brother Lee. Wait, so I want to ask you this too. Don't, no, you. I got to say this. Now, because people get upset and they get mad, but then they don't understand why what the reason that most of the things and the dysfunction and the brainwashing and everything has come that we trying to shake our heads and our minds to trying to survive, man, like it's been a nightmare, is because of the hits that they do not want us to know, not in a hateful way to try to hurt somebody or come after people of another persuasion, but to understand. Look, folks, this is why this country wasn't made for us in the first place, Constitution and everything, and we're where we are. And I'm not just harping, but it ain't equal. Come on, brother Lee, it ain't
You know
equal.
what? You know what white folks saying? Look, you said we don't mean to be hateful. Well, white folks was hateful against us. I'm gonna tell you something. The terrible things that they did to us. Now they say, please don't do it to them. They say, please don't do it to them. Now here's the thing. When you have raped and murdered little children and men and women and did all those terrible things and still you hold back, uh, then you still continue to do it. You put us in jail and use us for slave labor and all these things. And then you say, please don't do it to us. But you keep doing it to us. And you tell us, please have some compassion for us. They don't have compassion for nobody around this world. But yet and still they keep telling you, why don't you be nice? Why are y'all so angry? Because listen, you wake up angry and don't know why. Here's the thing, you wake up angry because you know your ancestors are living inside of you, telling you that look at all the terrible things that have been done to your relatives, your ancestors have been horrific. And when I mean horrific, that's a horrible thing that's been done to us for hundreds of years. And you wonder why we wake up angry. It's because our ancestors will not rest because they know the terrible things that have been done to us. It has to be right, has to be made, wrong has to be made right. And that's the thing we have to understand. It's okay to be angry. You should be angry. You walk the streets and the things that they have done to us and the looks that they give us, they still hate us even though they keep trying to annihilate us. And they telling us, why are you so mad? Because we know our history. Some of us know our history. When you know the things that they've done to us and they keep telling us to forget about it. Do the Jews forget about Hitler? They don't. And I mean, and there's a lot of horrific things that have been done to black folks in the country of in that continent of Africa. So I'm gonna tell you something. It's okay. I tell you, it's okay to be angry. Because we haven't gotten any help for the abuse, the mental and the physical abuse that have been done to us over the course of these hundreds of years. And they wonder why we act like we do because we have been persecuted, misused, and taken advantage of. And then we got our so-called black folks leaders helping them perpetuate this same pain upon us from time and time again. And we wonder about, and people be, and this is the thing I'm gonna tell you about. When our politicians come to our neighborhood, knock on our door, and ask for our votes, and tell you they're gonna change, they're gonna make some changes. And I'm gonna tell you like this: it don't take 400 years for you to get better schools. It don't take 400 years for you to get more businesses in your neighborhood. It don't take 400 years, 200 years, 100 years to get better housing in our communities. It don't take when a politician tell you he going to make change, it don't take 400 years because I'm going to tell you something, when COVID hit, trillions of dollars was coming out of Washington. So if you want to fix our community, you can fix it overnight. Stop letting them tell you that, look, give me 4 years and I can fix it. Give me 4 more years, I can fix it. I'm going to tell you something. We've been waiting on 4 years for 400 years. We've been waiting on 4 years, 400 years. And every time they come around, they keep telling you, we're going to fix this and we're going to fix that. That's like a plumber coming to your house, say, I'm going to fix that leak you got. I know I've been here before, but give me some more time, I can do it. And you say, Dag, I still got a leaky pipe. I can fix it for you. And they still haven't fixed it. But you see the plumber, he looking better and better every time he come to your house. He looking better and better, just like that pastor. He got a nicer and nicer car, but he keep telling you next year, tomorrow, things are going to be better. But it seems like it's getting better for them, but not better for us. And so we got to stop. We got to stop being hoodwinked, bamboozled, and taken advantage of. And that's what's been happening to us. We don't want to learn nothing. We don't want to face our history. We want to face the fact that some people that look like us is taking advantage of us, just like the Caucasians. They working by the Caucasians' clock. And see, that's the thing. We're using, and I'll say this, we're using their methods to solve our problems. And that's why we're still in the situation we are in. And we're celebrating their holidays. This Christmas is coming up. We celebrating their holidays, buying gifts for each other. We don't do that in Africa. We don't do that where we came from. That's not our history. We don't buy gifts for each other like that. That's a Caucasian thing. Christmas trees, Caucasian. Those are all Caucasian. Halloween, that's Caucasian. Thanksgiving, that's a Caucasian. See, those are all Caucasian celebrations. We need to find out more about us, how we celebrate, how it's going to make us better, how it's going to elevate us. We celebrate their holidays and acting like, see, we're doing their thing to try to make us feel better and wonder why it ain't happening. See, that's the thing. We need to stop it. We need to stop spending money uselessly on gifts that we don't want elevate us because it's a Caucasian celebration. See, that's the thing. We need to stop buying these gifts that we can't afford. Stop buying these things for our kids that they don't appreciate. We have to stop it. We have to stop going into debt to buy gifts for people who don't appreciate it. It's like a fart. That feeling of goodness lasts like a quick fart in the wind, and then when you buy the gifts, it's gone. So we have to
Oh,
stop all of that. We have to get the fortitude, the backbone to say, no, I'm not gonna buy you a gift. I'm gonna give you the gift of love. I'm gonna give you the gift of contribution as far as helping you. I'm gonna make sure you live a better life, and we're gonna sit down on what they call Christmas and talk about the things that we've done positively and positive in our communities, things we need to do more of in our communities to elevate ourselves. That's what we need to take this holiday that this Caucasians have given us and use that time to regroup and get together and get a strategy on how we can do better as a people. That's what we need to do. We need to do this time is to gather together and figure out how we gonna do better as a people rather than how we gonna sit here and hold hands and act like everything is okay because it's okay for them and it's not okay for us. That's the thing. We buying gifts that we don't need. That's the thing. Stop going into debt to buy gifts for things that we don't even understand. And that's the thing. They don't celebrate Christmas in Africa. Not like that. And it's on the wrong day. We don't know. We don't look at that Ethiopian Bible that they first written. That they know that now they just pick out and put in things that they want to get you to do whatever they want you to do. And that's the thing. We need to find out who we are first. We need to understand that we have been brainwashed, and I include myself. We have been brainwashed. We have been bamboozled, hoodwinked, and taken advantage of. And that's the thing. We have to first admit that we have a problem in order to fix it. And they'll tell us, we okay. Why you angry, brother? Because you know what? It's like being, like I can say again, it's like you being let out of a mental institution and you haven't had any treatment, but they turned you loose on the street and you wonder why you act all crazy. And that's because we haven't understood that we have been brainwashed. We have been bamboozled, hoodwinked, and taken advantage of. And see, we are not in a good mental state because most of us think that we're okay and we're not. See, that's what I have to say, my brother.
All right. That's Brother Lee Mack, our co-host and chief commentator here. And sometimes I'm eye awakening. That's why I just didn't want to lead off with the stuff that's going on. Then we got to have solutions. And after this, I'm not here to watch the waves go by, as they say, and see how people are going to be. I mean, because evil is not going to last, and we do have this is our shot to do what we need to do in order to be in the place as a people. As a people, these things they talking about civil rights, and it's you better understand and realize, folks, it's not. Don't stop feeling guilty about having the rights and the privileges that we rightfully deserve to be business owners, to have a home and a family, and to have and to be able to eat and not just and take care of your family, what they call this American dream. Not really that, just to be able to have the things and your needs, man. Listen, I thank you, Brother Lee Mack, for all that you're doing, man. Thank you for being here with us. And we got a guest coming in. I think yes, on tomorrow we got a guest coming in. I think it's going to be Trustee Kiana Belcher is going to be here on tomorrow. Future Commissioner, there's some announcements and things that have to be made, and to all of you, all that. There's some. Don't forget your Dr. King. We're just going to remember him and remember what's been going on. We're going to get those announcements out later on in the week. We're just making a little bit of a transition, folks. There's some things that we're preparing for here, and we're just getting things in order. So just thank you for just being a part of us. I really do appreciate it. So for everybody that's here, we just want to leave you with this affirmation. We ain't got to be jealous of nobody, because once God gets through blessing them, he's going to bless us. And we ain't got to worry about it. He's got us in his hands. Don't worry about anything, as they say. We're going to make it. We're going to survive. Y'all be good. Y'all take care. This is the Mac Man Morning Show. Each and every weekday morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. That's 10 o'clock on the East Coast, right here on Mac Media 3 Productions. We thank you to all of our listeners everywhere, and we'll see you back here on tomorrow, God's willing.
It's the Mac Man Morning Show. 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 Sitting at home when you're in your car. It's the Mac Man Morning Show. No matter if you get far. It's the Mac Man Morning Show. You better tune in quick or you might just miss. It's the Mac Man Morning Show. The best show this side of the sea. It's the Mac Man Morning Show. 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 It's the Mac Man Morning Show.